That's a huge step. That really is a huge step. Anyone else? Michelle, did you have any updates to your Instagram that you were able to take any insight?
Yes, I need to watch your video from yesterday. You were talking about how to change it from personal to private, and I was dealing with something with one of my kids. So I got on.
Or to public. Yeah.
Something with the hamburger. I remember you saying.
Well, the menu bar, you know, that cute little one. Like you just literally go right into your menu bar.
And you go to settings.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go to what?
Let's see. Settings, and then Facebook, like account center, or let's see, account itself.
Oh,
down at the very bottom.
Oh,
switch account type.
Professional account.
Yeah, and then do it to business. Yeah. Cool. Great questions.
Okay.
Awesome. Oh, we've got Miss Lillian. Perfect. Okay, we've got a great group. And just like yesterday, we're going to try to get through all the content that we can really quick, and then open it up for questions. So if you're watching this as a replay, you know, you can decide on whether you want to just watch the content or watch the recording at the end. But a lot of times that's the magic that happens at the end, right? When people are taking this concept and saying, okay, how does this apply to me? So just to kind of give you a little bit of background, this material is a combination of material that is from my coach and several of my coaches. And so I put this together, of course, to present this to you. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is, yes, of course, we've got to figure out what is working and what is not working. And hold on one second. What's that? Oh, they're either in my top drawer or the drawers or in my workout bag, the black and white workout bag. But yeah, if you want to drive to pick them up. Okay. Sorry. I love that I like put this time at the exact same time as my kindergartner gets picked up by my nanny. So she just kind of walked in. So thanks for rolling with that. So Instagram is like a moving, those of you who are influencers, and I know we've got several of you on here, don't you feel like Instagram is just this moving piece? Like what's working, what's not working. And so today, even 3, 4, 5, 6 months from today, this particular presentation might be irrelevant, but today I'm here to give you some things that are working right now. Okay. And one of the things that I noticed from the get-go is a lot of times, especially when people start to quote unquote sell a product, that they feel like they have to begin to shift and to sell this product. Like they have to become like the car salesman and sell savvy or whatever that product is. So I really want to caution you right now, and I'm going to teach you some really awesome skills on how best to take this product and pretty much just make it part of your lifestyle and drip throughout your posts. So today we're really going to focus on storytelling versus selling, because of course our goal is to build a bigger audience so that when we do talk about our business, it converts into sales. One of the things that I wanted to point out is that, of course, you can build this with a small amount of followers. It doesn't have to be a giant account. However, as your influence increases, then if you were to send the offer to 1,000 people versus 100 people, of course, that conversion rate is going to be greater. Ooh, look how fancy. Okay, I love this picture. In fact, I'm going to tell you a little story. My sweet little niece just kept telling me her little romantic, history with the boy she was dating. And then she was dating this boy, and then she broke up with him and started dating his friend and then his friend. And I'm listening to the story and I said, girl, you got to get out of that fishbowl, right? And I think so many times that our Instagram, especially with algorithms and the people that we follow, how many of you people have noticed now that your Instagram is loving to show you other savvy leaders, right? Even if you didn't even follow them, it's showing you other savvy leaders. Why is that? Okay, because they know what you want to see. So one of the things that you want to do is learn how to get out of the fishbowl of Instagram and get into other people's fishbowls, because it doesn't help you to get all of Nicole Wagner's followers, right? Because they're already following or maybe even customers of Nicole. So we're going to give you some really good strategies. One of the things that I always suggest is that you jump on the power hours at least twice a week. They happen 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Okay, these are the company-wide power hours with Savvy that teach you how to prime the pump, how to have Facebook, how to take this big oar and stir the pot of Facebook and have some faces and new people surface that maybe you haven't seen in a while. Okay, and so there's really cool strategies about making sure that you can see more of those people. And I know all of you want to see organic growth and authentic growth as you establish your tribe, those followers who want to see what you do and want to see what you eat and want to see, right, what you wear. Okay. So those of you who really want to invest and creating more followers are going to want to invest 40 minutes a day. And I want to be very cautious here. There are specific things that you should be doing with those 40 minutes and not just simply scrolling and making yourself feel bad because you're comparing yourself to what everyone else is doing. Got it? So we want to attract type of people who engage with us, genuinely, authentically, support you, share your content, right? And meaning they're going to take you up on your offers when you invite them. So one of the things that you have to think and you have to shift your mindset is people are watching what you do and following you because you provide value for them. And it took me a long time to really kind of grasp this concept. Okay. When Instagram first came on the scene, it was, basically like this Polaroid of our life. And I don't know about you, but if you scroll back to my very first post, it's not going to be very pretty, the coloring, the lighting, right? And then we thought we had to have these beautiful, perfectly poised pictures too. And there is a little bit of science behind that too. I'm not going to necessarily discount that because we do like to see beautiful things. Okay. But your goal is to just have how many people that you can provide value to. By creating a public account and by not being private, of course, you're enabling people to come and find you because of your hashtags and the content that you create. Now, are there going to be bullies? Yes, right? And Corinne, if you have a second, I would love to hear your mindset as you have great influence within Instagram. What is your mindset around the bullies that post on your account? Because it's a given, right? They're all going to be. Okay, maybe she's not right there. I thought maybe. No worries.
I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, say that question again for me.
Right. How would you teach other people to create safe boundaries, or how do you respond to the prowlers or the bullies that post on your accounts?
To be honest, for some reason, I don't really have, I haven't had a ton of experience with that, but
That's
it's mostly,
amazing.
it's mostly because to me, I feel like is because I try to be authentic. So whether that's, if I'm posting about modeling and stuff, that's what I do. And so I don't typically get a lot of people who are just being mean. I've had like a couple of people who say stuff, but most of the time that's through messaging, and so I don't know. I just feel like I haven't had very much experience with that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm not a great person to ask.
No, that's awesome. I was wondering, I was kind of curious because, I did one of my very first stories a few months ago, and I got up there and I made this kind of fun thing of me going to the gym. And the very first comment was, I hate people who take pictures of themselves going to the gym. And I wasn't ready for that. Right.
Yeah.
And literally that's why I was like, whoa. And I was like, oh, and if you have to flip it around right then, you have to flip it around and be like, oh, it's not about me. It's about them. And so really it's bless them and block them. You know, if that's someone who's on your account, then you really don't need that interaction, because we don't, you know, you get to choose the people who you want to be friends with. So it's okay to block
100%.
people. It's okay to block people that you've discovered you don't want their energy within your tribe. Okay. Thanks, Corinne. That was awesome. Now, another thing I want to talk about is allowing friends and family. Okay. You do not need a separate account unless you have, you know, just a small, short little family account that you guys use as whatever shared images. People want to purchase things from who they know, like, and trust. Okay. But there is appropriateness for how to build your posts and where your quote unquote reality show is. And that's where stories and reels can come into play. So remember that it's a ton of fun, and you should have a lot of fun with those things. Now, of course, people come to Instagram when they want to check out, right? Okay. I mean, let's be honest. We're in carpool line. We're in the bathroom. We're upstairs just hiding from our kids, or in the closet, right? Or in the pantry. And you go to Instagram to be lifted up. So when someone comes to your account, how do you want them to feel when they leave? Okay. What kind of words do you want them to say about you? Like, oh, she's so funny. She's so inspiring. I love seeing her posts, XYZ. Because if you come with that mindset of my tribe likes to be motivated, my tribe likes to be uplifted, then, you know, that's of course the way you want to be. Now, is it always going to be perfect? No. And in fact, people don't always want to see you're perfect. They want to see the upsets. They want to be a part of that. Okay. So remember again, that they can love you when you are grumpy too. Got it? Okay. So I wanted to make sure you kind of understood that piece. Now let's jump into what's working and what is not working. Okay. And if any of you have any insight or feedback on this, we're going to kind of just jam through this really quick. And let me know if this doesn't apply to your current model or the way that you post on Instagram. Now, again, we could be talking about all social media forms, but right now, Instagram is one of the strongest or the most active place to build an audience, and of course, to sell the products within that. So what is working? People who post daily. Okay. You know, Instagram is a business. It likes to reward people who actually play in their business. So those of you who post daily and have content that people actually digest, they're going to put you up in the top of those feeds. Now, when you have picked a niche or your avatar and you know who you are talking to, just like Corinne was saying, then of course you're able to hone in better on that target market and you serve them, right? If people come to you because they like to see what your morning smoothie is, right? You are showing up, you are serving them, and you know that your target market likes to come to you for that. So when, and this is the caveat right there, right? You've got this rolling market, you've got this rolling influence. When all of a sudden you bring on a new product and you do a shift and all of a sudden you're just leggings, your followers are going to be like, wait, what happened? Right? So we are going to talk about what that looks like. Okay. And how we can bring that in. And obviously I haven't spell checked any of my things. I know how to spell, you guys. I just write these slides really quick. Now on your posts, you've heard this before, the CTA, the strong call to action, whether it's a question, whether it's in the caption, you want to ask them to interact. Okay. And not just like your post. You want them to love your post, right? You know that Instagram loves way better than likes. Okay. So when you're engaging on other people's of your followers, make sure you love their posts. Make sure that you leave 3 to 5 words on their posts. Okay. Because Instagram likes 5 words or more. Okay. These things are working. Now, carousels over individual posts. Those of you know what carousels are? Yes, no? Several images in the same post. and we'll talk about that in just a moment. Reels, of course, are what are driving, and we'll spend a little bit more time on reels and hashtags and things tomorrow, but reels are what is driving engagement right now, fighting against TikTok. And literally, if we learn how to repurpose our content between the two, we could be playing both fields, okay, as long as we pull off the watermarks from each one of them. And then, of course, hashtags, and having the right hashtags, where to put them, and using those hashtags to create new followers, right? And those followers, I want to make sure, okay, that this is not a popularity contest. The followers' purpose is what I call potential customers. Okay, so whether you are selling a service or a product, or you know, your how to take photos for models, you know, product or service. I mean, these are things that you can build into your business as you move forward in the future. So what's not working is their regular posting. And I would say even like random color posting. Okay. Like dark one day, light the next. We'll talk a little more about like what the grid and the lighting. When you are throwing up stock images, okay. And it's obviously selling. Remember, people like to purchase from who they know, like, and trust. I think Michelle does a great job when she puts up stock images. She puts all these fun arrows. She puts like, oh my gosh, this is coming. She makes it personal. So I want to be really careful there when I say stock images, because we have some awesome stock images that we have access to us, but it's fun to put them up in the way that you would send them to a girlfriend, right? Okay, long captions and not asking questions. Okay, everyone is really excited about your awesome life, but Facebook or Instagram's not going to show them your awesome life if you are not creating that engagement or asking questions of them so that it brings your algorithm viewing up. Okay. So one of the things that we will chat and jump into is the carousel posts. Okay. Again, being Instagram is a business, and they measure your value to Instagram by how long you capture the viewer, right? Isn't that crazy? By nanoseconds. Now, if you are doing a carousel button, it's a really great idea to set it up. That first image is what is going to capture them in to click to the next, right? And there's a ton of strategy around that, but that's just a fun idea. And then having multiple images and maybe even videos in there. And it's really cool to be able to do that. So remember, it's a great idea to have your post choreographed to your target marker, avatar, or niche. Meaning, if you know, as soon as you know who you're posting to, the better your feed becomes. Okay, I love this power post. Okay, this is a post that Heidi actually had put up. She said, "Hey, can you show me, or can you send me a testimonial of, or tell me how much you love the clothes?" And she put this up. Now, you can do this with any new customer. Okay, and I love this phrase. This is one you might want to put in your notes. Hey, just checking in. Are you loving your Echo Sports Bra and Geo leggings? Did you know in your Savvy back office, you can actually go and click in and see what people ordered? Okay, so you can do that. And how personal is that text, right? Send me a picture of you in your Echo Sports Bra and Geo leggings. I want to see it. I love to have what I call the first picture. This is my very first picture of me in Savvy clothes. Okay. Now notice how I used positive language because I wanted it to be a positive response. Then of course you can screenshot the text reply. You can ask permission to show the photo if they're comfortable with that. And this actually edifies the product that it's not coming from you, right? This is a testimony that validates this product, right? That third-party validation. So this is a really, really great technique to do with all of your new brand partners or new customers. Now, let's talk about social selling. Okay. There's posts that are called push posts versus pull posts. So 70% of your posts should be pull posts, meaning this is what I do every day, lifestyle, educational, inspirational, you know, whatever that is and your focus is. And we're going to jump into the worksheets in just a moment. I'm not going to spend time going through the worksheets that I provided you. That is steady homework for you. off this call. Okay. So now 30% should be push posts, meaning buy from me posts. Is it okay to run promotions in your feed? Absolutely. Right. And I like to say, you know, every fifth or sixth post, when you think about that 30 or 70, it doesn't always have to be, it can be a lifestyle photo, which I know so many of you do such a great job, and not necessarily, I wouldn't necessarily put stock photos from Savvy in your feed. I would use those stock photos in stories, and do it in that way. Is it okay to run sales and throw up a sell image? Absolutely, right? And we can talk about that on your grid. Now, many of you, and I think our cute, Corinne, your cute Jenny was on the call yesterday. Was that Michelle, Jenny? No, that was Corinne's Jenny. And she talked about launching, right? Launching her business. And this is a technique that many people are doing and having a ton of success. Yet there is strategy around it, right? And launching yourself live in a feed, post video. You could even have it via Zoom. Hey, I'm launching my new product line. I just opened the doors to my brand new athleisure virtual business. I'm so excited. This is what I'm excited about. This is why I'm doing it. I can't believe I get to help teach other influencers how to have residual affiliate revenue or income that comes after the link's been sent, even when you're not involved, right? And you can do this via Zoom. You could be doing this live, however your viewers are used to seeing you, okay? And is it okay to do that? Absolutely. We've seen that great YouTube someone did of, hey, I don't work for Savvy, but I'm doing a review of all of their products. People come to you because they see you as an expert in a certain area. So allow yourself to teach other people about this as well. Okay, so a last few minute things as we just kind of share and kind of jam through some of these. One thing that's a really great idea is if you've gotten your hair ready, your makeup done, and you're coming in to do photos, come with the idea of doing several batches, right? You know, like when we talked about doing TikTok Thursday, if we're all dressed up, we can just do some quick costume changes and do the next reel and do the next reel. So use your time wisely and take batch photos, okay? One idea that was given by another leader was take photos of you or flat lies of you or your products, right? And just do it all at once. And maybe go outside and all around, right? And save them to your phone in an album so that you will always have them to shoot, like, or for yourself, like shoot them to Instagram. You've got, okay, let's say they decide to drop the Ina bra again. Oh, awesome. I have photos of me in the Ina bra. Okay. And one thing I want to point out is when they did drop the Ina bra again, those photos of Nicole Wagner in her swimsuit bottom with that bra top, they like went viral in Savvy World, right? And everyone knows, and we're drawn to go to Nicole's website. Okay. So those are the things that's really cool that we can be able to do and create and kind of set ourselves up for success. Be consistent with your colors and your grid. Okay. And if you don't know what that means, you'll see that within the workbook. And then maybe before and after photos, if you're comfortable doing that, like, you know, what is it that you love about Savvy versus some of the other products that you had? Okay. And those are really important too. And if you have a choice, always use your personal images over stock, always. But know that those stock images are there to kind of trickle in as well. So that is what I have prepared for today. If you guys want, we can walk through did anyone have a chance to print the worksheets that I sent out? You can raise your hand. That's okay. I'll forgive you. So I will just briefly kind of walk you through what those worksheets look like. And this is homework for you or extracurricular homework after this meeting. Okay. Keep in mind, this is a course that I'm in all year. Okay. So this is just one small portion of this. It talks about your visual brand and your core elements. There are a lot of people who are very specific of how their Instagram looks, okay, and can take this very seriously about having that checker grid samples. the quotes here on the row grid samples, or this one here. Can you see how the photos actually slide in from photo 1 to 2? So you can have a lot of fun with your Instagram, but make it yours, right? So there are so many fun ways that you can come up with content, okay, and ideas for content. One of the ones that I wanted to show you with you is from one of my business coaches, is Christy Keever. Now, Christy Keever is, let me show you, and the link is in our Facebook group. Jumping here, and then we will. Click to exit full screen. Sure. Okay. Let me go ahead and show you the, I'm like trying to get there, but it's taking me in this really strange way. Aha. So Christy Keever, if you want, she has a free brand strategy week, and she gives you like 30 days of fun ideas for posts. Okay. So I will show you this here, and the link is in the Facebook group. This Work With Me, she does a free branding course and gives you some fun tips. Okay. So that's one idea, or what I say, elevated piece, if you want to take this to the next level. Now, do you have to have all of this dialed in to have success in Savvy? No. In fact, I haven't yet done these techniques, right? I haven't launched myself online because I am continually just messaging and connecting with people directly. Okay. But this is a way that you set yourself up as an expert. So when you do connect with people and they go to your Insta and they say, okay, wait, what is she about? What is this that she's doing? And they see how you're doing it. What do you think they realize? Hey, I could do it that way too, right? Savvy's not all over her website. I mean, her Insta. It's just something she does. It's something she shares. So hopefully that gives you guys some golden nuggets that you are able to take away. Homework for tonight is to evaluate, what are the next steps that you want to take within your Instagram? Is there anything that I shared with you today that you can up level or take your feed to the next level? Awesome. Does anyone want to unmute themselves and have any comments or questions or observations?
I have a quick question, Kathy. Okay, when I first started, I remember feeling super worried because I didn't want to do stock images. Have they ever considered launching the items for the shop the drop to the brand partners before, so we could put pictures of us? Have you already talked about this?
So Anson actually announced this. He said, those of you people, there will be contests like those who have the highest enrollments and certain things. They're going to have qualifications. So there's going to be certain people who literally will get the brand drop items the week before they drop, so they can start doing pictures. So, I mean, that is absolutely something that's going to be happening.
Okay, perfect. Just wondered about that. When you were talking about stock images, I remember thinking, I wonder if there was a way to.
And what if we went down there on Thursdays? I'm not kidding you. What if we just like stormed the office at 2:00 every Thursday and just
I would love
put
to
ourselves in it? Like, we totally could do this.
Is that something we could do just to make it more authentic, so we could really have like that passion for what's dropping and like we've actually touched it or felt it, or do you know what I mean?
Until they move to St. George, I think we should maybe think about doing that. I'd love that.
Even if some of us did it, and I could, just, I don't know.
I know. I'm like, ooh, I like where your mind is going. And so these are the things, as brand partners here, before they have these next, and Melissa, sorry, I know you're in North Carolina, but, these next few months before they move to St. George, it's like, okay, we did that brand event. do we want to do something again like that? Or do we want to do something totally different? Like maybe doing a live, okay, we're storming into Savvy because we want to see what's dropping tomorrow. You know what I mean? Or, doing something kind of fun, like a viral, like wear like our hoodies, like our Savvy hoodies, and like totally make it funny. Don't you think that'd be so fun to do?
I would love it.
Yeah. Like, so on Thursday, Anson, we're coming in.
Yeah. Maybe just see what he thinks about that. I think that could be really fun.
Yeah. And already as we, we've only been involved with, 3 to 4 months, we're starting to see the recurring drops. So a lot of the items we will have, which is kind of fun. Mm-hmm. So we can be taking those photos as well. So, okay. Awesome. Thank you guys. And I really want to point out that, let's see. I put it up in our Facebook group. Jen Shelby Miller. Do you love, like, I have to remember all 3 of her names, is doing the, like a onboarding every Sunday night. I hope you've all seen that now. And that's really, really great for you. Like when you have new brand partners, she's seen the need that we literally need to have some type of get together. But she's talking about the importance of doing a launch at first. And there's a few reasons. It's, first of all, you're super excited about Savvy, and people can feel that. Like when your excitement's really, really high, and launching in that way. And if you want to see, again, any of those strategies for launching, they're in the Dream Tribe. Okay. She's got a whole thing about launch parties via Zoom or combination, pick a date, time, invite your friends and your up team to host it. So someone already successful and savvy is the one explaining it to your network. So if you want to do a Zoom party, you guys are welcome to use my Zoom. I'll even put images and templates together for you. And you could be sending it out saying, hey, I'm doing this live at this time. I want you to come and check out this new athleisure line that I'm launching. And I'll be explaining all the products and what their purpose is. Okay. So we can have a ton of fun with this. Let me know.
Okay, so I just talked to one of my friends who's been in network marketing and stuff, that Haley, so she's actually from another company, and she was talking to my mom and I about launch parties, and we were kind of brainstorming about what we can do and why we do it and all this stuff. And we were like talking about, getting, like, let's say, for example, for my mom, getting all these people together, having them come to the house, and then be like, okay, so everyone download the app when you come in, take a look at all this stuff. This is what mom's doing. Like, this is like, she's so excited about it. If you guys purchase something tonight, you enter into a raffle. Then by the end of the night, we're going to give away a pair of leggings or give away a bra. So kind of like that same kind of concept of the giveaways on the Facebook parties, but like live. So then people, because like we've talked about, is when everybody's doing it, they're like, oh, okay, I'll do it. Or like, the first like 7 people get mom's 25% off code. So hurry and find what you want. Like just something fun where people feel like they can support you and do it quickly and actually like get the product. So then they want to ask questions later. But then my friend was telling me also, like, have like a guest speaker for like 10 minutes. And she's like, that is like your expert. So like, for example, for like my mom, I was thinking maybe having you, Kathy, come and just be like, I've been in network marketing. Like, this is like my jam. This is why I joined, all that kind of stuff. And then maybe for like someone like my sister, Lily, like having like a yoga night, with all her like college friends. And then having someone like me, who's like a, micro influencer, be like, this is why I'm doing it, because I want to grow my social media. This is how I'm learning how to grow. These are the tools they're also giving us, so kind of just like finding like those little pockets of like who your audience is and who they want to hear from.
And like then that.
Just give away something for free, because everybody, for whatever reason, resonates so much better when there's like, okay, it's like a chance of getting something free, when there's like the likelihood of them actually getting something for free is very low. But for some reason in their mind, that makes it that they want to do the action.
Well, and we could give away $25 gift cards.
Yeah.
too. Like, okay, awesome. Looks like you got a $25. You got the leggings. You know what I mean? Like we could do that. And I love the idea of, okay, who's the target market you're inviting to this? And what do they actually want to hear? What if you brought someone in, like, again, like a yoga night? Okay.
Mhm.
If, and you had a yoga instructor and you said, okay, awesome. You know what? We want you guys to arrive. You know, if you want to be part of the giveaway, you're going to want to arrive 30 minutes before, and you have them download the app, have them touch and feel, do the yoga. I mean, like you could literally, it depends on who that target market is. If you are inviting influencers, imagine having someone who is a big name influencer and asking them to come teach or, you know, whatever, present for 20 minutes for exchange for a legging and a sports bra, you know, and
Yeah,
talking
'cause
about their
that was
influence.
the other thing that my friend
Collaboration.
said, is she said, try collaboration stuff, but also you're feeding the ego of someone who is above you, right? So she said, try reaching out for you, someone who has more followers, more like a blog, something more than you, and be like, listen, like, I think the world of you. Help me with this thing. I want to see what your advice is on how to like build my brand. Would you come to my event? Like things like that to kind of see, you know, what people say, because obviously people are going to say no. And I think going back to what you were saying before about asking me just about like the bullying and stuff, I think I've reached out to way more companies just as an influencer or model, and that's where I get my rejection, right? But now that I've been so far into that, I don't let that affect me as much, right? So now that I'm reaching
Yeah.
out to like maybe like someone who feels more real to me, it is a little bit different of a dynamic, and I'm having to like kind of curb how I feel, because it's like, oh, this person said no because they're like, I don't like that. And I'm like, oh, you don't like what I'm telling you? You know, so it's a little bit different of a dynamic, but
Mhm.
if we do it so much, then we can kind of build that immunity to it and not feel so like nervous and scared to like reach out to people. So
Yeah.
anyway, that was a lot.
No, one of my very favorite books that talks about this is Jack Canfield's book, The Success Principles. It's literally a book that I make my kids read at a certain point in their lives, because the topics in there, if you've ever read any of the Chicken Soup for the Soul books, they're really easy reads. The Success Principles kind of runs the same way.
Yeah.
And one of the topics he talks about is the concept of rejecting rejection, like, and how you can learn to simply like not even let it in. And when people say no, I love to say it's not no, not never. It's no, not right now, or I don't have enough information to make this kind of decision. And so for me, it's like, oh, they just don't know, or I didn't present it right, or I gave them too much information too quick. And remember this, they're watching you now. Just always remember that. And I literally had one woman who came to a class after class after class after with my last network marketing business. Took her 2.5 years to purchase the product, right? So and again, people, you can't decide, and their timing is always different. I have to zip up a Ziploc bag now.
Oh, hello, bud.
Look how multi-talented I am. Awesome. Okay. This is exciting, and how I love to see the excitement. Anyone have anything that, since you've got me on here, that you're like, Kath, I'm having a block here, or what would you do here that I can maybe kind of help you puzzle through?
Do you know how to put our links on like a, like, you know, like on a blog or a website? So like if it says like the drop down, say like activewear or something, how do we put like that link, like our Savvy link? Do you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it would just, I mean, depends. Like if it was a website, you would just have that, you know, go to my athleisure wear, and they would just shift right to your Savvy URL.
Right.
You could actually put in the shop, you know what I mean? Like it's /Corinne /shop.
Yes.
And we go right to the shop one versus.
Right. Because I've got my boutique girl that signed up, and she's trying to put it on her website and she can't figure it out. So
let me show you on our Savvy office real quick, where she can find that. What's her name? And
Jill. Oh gosh, let me find what her last name is.
Jill. See if I can find her by her first name. No.
She's the one that does Shop Blush Lane.
Mhm.
Gosh, I don't even know if I know her last name.
Yeah, I'll drill down and see if I can find it through the reports. So. Yes, and my house just got really loud. That's okay though. That's how we roll. So. There, right here. I'll just show you with Cheryl's real quick. So kind of screen sharing here because I just threw open one of these here. So see this, the Savvy sites, savvy.com / whatever their code is. Up. And then if you click on that, you've got your link that you can copy as well. I always would think if you're going, so if you click on this shop one, it will take them to more of the URL website, like directly to shop.
Okay, because I think we were trying to do it from the app. Maybe
Oh
that's
yeah.
why.
Yeah, no, yeah, you'll have to like go to the Explorer browser. Yeah.
Okay. I'll let her know, see if we can get her all hooked up.
And if you do it without the shop, if it just goes to this one, then it will be this, if she wants this front instead of the actual clothes items. I think this front's prettier. I like them to shop the drop and the featured styles because I know those are the things that are going to be more in stock. I would just have them do, as you can see here, savvy.com / step on the road, just that without the shop. Yeah.
And do you think once we are public that all of these like out of stock stuff that keep happening to us every drop is this?
That's literally what they talk about every call.
Okay.
Yeah, it literally is. I sent Anson the hate message on Friday and we talked yesterday on the phone. and I'm all,